Look at the system, it's been oversold. Won't stop to feel it until we get old. Why is it like that? A reason to fight back. Throw gas on the fire. Gas on the fire. The flames can take higher. Together we watch the city burn. Gas on the fire.
Yeah, I don't know how that fits in.
Gas on the fire. The flames can take higher. Together we watch the city burn.
All right, Chris just gave me the old Wayne's World countdown point.
Yeah,
so I guess we're
countdown
on
point.
live. I'm here. My name is Will Kilduff, also known as Grandpa Boots.
Grandpa Boots.
And tonight we are here for Bob Marley's birthday celebration show, and we're also going to be talking about a project that I have been working on for World Viral now for the last year and a half called Walking Music. Walking Music is a documentary film about reggae and Rastafari in the Blue Mountains of Jamaica. And here with me for the beginning of this segment tonight is Mr. Christopher Carter.
Hello.
And he is in a band right now in Denver, a really cool band called The Young and the Wreck. They play at Herman's regularly, so check them out. But he was also in a band with me for 6 years called Hot Cheese Soup.
Hot cheese soup.
And we made our rounds around the Denver scene and released a record in 2010. But Chris is here today, first of all, because he gave me a ride. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
But also because Walking Music actually started with the two of us and a group of people who went up to the Jamaican Blue Mountains. Chris brought his guitar, a left-handed acoustic guitar that was duct taped.
Duct taped together.
Nice.
Duct tape.
And we hiked up this hill it's about a mile and a half up to this secluded Rasta camp in the Blue Mountains at the suggestion of the house where we were staying. And we asked the Rastas if they wanted to jam with us. And so we met Baru, who is probably the lead character, I guess, of the documentary that will be released. And we jammed with these Rastas during sunset on this crazy hill for about 2.5 hours. It was a pretty awesome experience, Chris. We were there.
Yeah, one of the more unbelievable experiences I've had in my life, really.
So what we did after that was we had booked some time in the studio in Kingston to record a reggae track, and the Rastas came with us, and Baru told me that his name was Walking Music. That's a name that he goes by. So intrigued, we invited them down to the studio with us, and he
Is
actually.
this Baru?
His name's Baru.
That
Yeah.
guy?
Baru.
Yeah, Baru, right here.
Alright.
We're gonna see a clip of Baru singing on the streets in Jamaica. Crazy Rasta man, I love him. And Andrew is the other Rasta that came down with us that night. But we ended up producing this song called My Heart. You can actually download it for free on the M&G Coffee webpage. And we produced this wonderful reggae song with them, and we ended up finishing it. Me and Chris were roommates at the time. We lived in Denver. And so we would record some tracks and some vocals here in Denver, and Baru recorded some tracks in Kingston, and we put the track together. Well, I was able to go back out to Jamaica in May of that year and spend 5 days with these guys in the mountains of Jamaica, in the Blue Mountains, and we accidentally shot 27 hours of footage. And
Accidentally.
well, it really was by accident. I mean, people laugh at me when I tell them that I shot a film by accident, but we didn't have the intention of shooting a film. We just started jamming, and what we were doing was so fun, and people started showing up, and we wanted to produce more music together. But like I said, after 6 days, we just had 27 hours of footage. I mean, I was able to go spend an entire day of the Sabbath with the Rastas, and they were chanting Nyabingi and learning about the intricacies of Rastafarianism and all these different things that, you know, at this time I was a chubby lawyer. I mean, literally, I was an attorney and
Had a hard time getting up the hills.
yeah, I mean, it was tough for me to hike and do all these other things, and so I came back from Jamaica with all this footage and other things going on in my life, and I decided to quit being a lawyer and pursue this avenue of life and telling people a story through music and film. And we shot the whole documentary with GoPros and an iPad. You know, it's really a fun story. It's not going to be ready for release. I don't know exactly when the whole thing will be ready for release. We're going to be releasing section by section of it for a little while to get things up and running. But you know, we figured with Bob's birthday being yesterday, 70th birthday, and Herman's having this wonderful reggae show, that it was a good time to come down and start the process of promotion, which I guess we kind of tried to start a couple other times, but
Well, and I don't even think it's promotion really that you have in mind. You know, you just get down here, do your thing. We have a cool facility. You know, you're a big part of this thing, and having it. The fact that it's here, dude, is because of all the close people that, like yourself, that were involved in getting it to here.
Well, I
so
appreciate
moving
that.
forward, man, like obviously we're taking advantage of the reggae show, dude, and your trips to Jamaica, and we got some cool entertainment.
yeah, and Chris, you know, Chris Thomas has been doing such a wonderful job getting things together and willing to come
Thanks,
down
man.
and produce the show tonight and let us just start to get a little bit buzz going. But you know, I think people will really connect with these Rastas. They're pretty awesome people, but also there's so much about Rastafari in general that's completely unknown by people who even I've had conversations with in the States that would say that they're Rastas. And they have no idea what Rasta is. And so for me, being someone who didn't know very much about Rasta, but I knew Bob Marley, I knew Love, you know. I'm from Colorado, so I knew about pot, you know. I knew that type of stuff, but I didn't know what Rasta really meant. So being able to share that, but also being able to share these cool songs that we just wrote on the street. Jamaicans are the most talented group of people I've ever met in my entire life. You walk up with the camera and they start just singing.
Yeah.
And so in the 3 trips that we've had in Jamaica now, got all these cool acapella reggae songs. And so what I did with the edit was I pulled the audio tracks from these files and I created a song around the actual performance. And I'm hoping to go back. Well, I will be going back to Jamaica this year at some point to work with some of the Rastas in the studio as well. But the tracks that we're releasing are all raw. And then I played the instruments around them. I got some help from the Logic drummer app right now before we go to the studio with real drums. But it's pretty awesome. And Chris Carter here was there on the mountains for the first experience. So you know, as things grow and develop, I'm excited that World Viral's got this awesome facility, and that, you know, Herman's is going to be doing their thing, and it's just cool.
Yeah, I was hoping to intro the show upstairs, but they got started without us, so they're up there. You can see them jamming. That's Alpha School Marm Orchestra.
Yeah.
We got a show upstairs at Herman's. We're going to be using the screen up there throughout the course of the evening, and we got all kinds of cool stuff to share. So I'm going to cue up some music. We did this compilation. Dropped it. Summer Solstice Reggae Rally. I'm going to spin some gems from this bad boy. Some of the bands that played on this are going to be playing upstairs tonight, too.
All right.
So there you go. We'll be right back. Watching
back.
World Viral TV.